So while I was recording my last video, this video just dropped. It's another Doomcock video, another Overlord DVD masterpiece. This time it's about a supposed movement in Lucasfilm. Just judging by what the title of the video says, it looks like Dave Filoni has officially replaced Kathleen Kennedy as the head of Lucasfilm. This particular newsreel has been kind of time and time again pushed out prematurely. Now I don't know like if she's just so managed to kind of cling on for dear life for all this time or if there's actually some real movement happening. But if you're, let's say, ignorant to the inner machinations of Disney Lucasfilm, Kathleen Kennedy is personally responsible for ruining Star Wars. Well, I don't want to say Marvel. I would attribute that to like Kevin Feige, but essentially, Kathleen Kennedy has been literally ruining Star Wars with her own hands meticulously the entire time that she's been in charge. Like, she had no direction for the sequel trilogy with Rey and Finn and Kylo. Every time there's something good, she has to get her hands into it. John Favreau, who directed the Book of Boba Fett, kind of cashed out in the middle of production because of her underhanded ways and like just the garbage she was trying to push in. Same with the Mandalorian too. She's the reason why like the second half of like season 2 was just so fucking weird, and then season 3 was also fucking weird. It's because she just ruins everything she touches. Anyway, like I've said in other videos before, I can sit here and autistically mulled out about Star Wars for days and days. So we're just gonna sit back and watch the video.
My friends, this is a great time to become a channel member. Every week now, I'm posting uncensored videos exclusively for my channel members, along with custom emojis and live streams for members at the Arch Villain level where you get to talk to me directly. Please consider supporting this channel by clicking the link in the video description and joining us in our fight to save pop culture. And also, check out our Patreon and Subscribe Star pages for exclusive content you won't find anywhere else, including Harvey Cthulhu's insane podcasts, photos of my vast toy collection, and members at the Legionnaire level receive a signed photo, membership card, and certificate signed by me. You'll find the Patreon link in the video description as well. Thanks for watching, my friends, and now on to the video. Greetings, my friends. I am Dicta Van Doomcock, the future ruler of Earth, broadcasting from my hidden base at the center of the Earth. And today I have awoken to find some news that is spreading like wildfire over social media and the interwebs, as Puck News has apparently broken a story claiming that Dave Filoni and Lywin Brennan will reportedly replace Kathleen Kennedy as the new co-presidents of Lucasfilm. Dave Filoni, reportedly, according to Puck News, will oversee all creative development. Lywin Brennan will oversee executive duties. Announcement is expected to be made in a couple of weeks. So 2026 is already getting off to a good start, although really, what difference does it make?
Well, at this point, that's the problem. What difference does it make to Lucasfilm? It's moribund.
Yeah, Lucasfilm has been moribund for a while. Grok on X, as Grok is wont to do, has summarized a number of posts and things. Here's a little more in-depth to this story. Disney taps Filoni and Brennan to lead Lucasfilm after Kennedy. It claims that Kathleen Kennedy is stepping down as Lucasfilm president after leading since Disney's 2012 acquisition, with Filoni taking creative oversight for film and TV, and Brennan handling executive duties in a co-president role. Fans, frustrated by the sequel trilogy's mixed reception despite hits like The Mandalorian, greeted the report with optimism tempered by past unconfirmed rumors. Yes, this is true. As 2026 brings films from Filoni, Jon Favreau, James Mangold, and Sean Levy, I don't know about that. All eyes are on Disney for an official announcement soon.
I don't know much about like the chick that they're talking about, but Dave Filoni is kind of like a half and half for me. I really like the Clone Wars. I really like Star Wars Rebels. I really liked the original direction of The Mandalorian. It it kind of pains me to see that his involvement in some of the other things that like just unequivocally sucked. But like he really also I don't think he's been in a place to do anything about any of the stuff openly, right? But I kind of have a sliver of hope that now that Kathleen Kennedy is being completely exited from Lucasfilm and he is taking over, especially in the creative control department, things might get a little bit better. I'm hoping that he was just biding his time and just kind of doing what he was told to preserve his job so that way he could potentially take over in the future and maybe fix things. But, this whole thing has been going on since like Disney bought Star Wars. This whole kind of like shadow war over Star Wars and the culture. This is all where it started. We'll just have to see where it goes.
Yeah, so this is the situation. Apparently, according to Discussing Film, Brennan is getting promoted from general manager and will oversee executive duties.
So, in other words, Kathleen Kennedy's shoes are so big that it's going to take two of them to fill them.
Yeah, but fill them with what? Horse shit? I don't know, folks. You know, in the past, I've been a big supporter of Dave Filoni's, but, oh, geez, Ahsoka was really pretty fucking lame. I mean, honestly, it's just lame as shit. And of course, the acolyte, there are rumors that he, kind of did a polish on it and tried to fix.
See, I don't agree with Doomcock there. Like I was okay with Ahsoka. I feel like they could have done a little bit better. But I feel like with all the slowness and the kind of I guess you would say like kind of nothing that the actual Ahsoka story kind of was at the moment at present. Because I feel like they spent the whole first season just setting shit up. There was no real meat to the show besides like checking up on old friends and maybe like some minor character development with Sabine. I think her being a force sensitive is kind of fucking weird, but like that's whatever. Meeting Ezra again after all this time. Like the last time we saw that boy, he was literally going mano a mano with Grand Admiral Thrawn and summoned a whole bunch of Purrgil. And the last you saw of this kid, he was getting yeeted off at a god knows where with hyperspace whales in a destroyed Death Star. Or not Death Star, Star Destroyer, my bad. So, I mean, like, a lot of the saving grace with Ahsoka is checking up on all those old friends and kind of picking up on loose ends from the Clone Wars Rebels shenanigans. Seeing Anakin Skywalker, my boy Hayden Christensen, in the role in the Clone Wars armor, that was almost worth it for just the kind of like lacklusterness of like the actual Ahsoka story in season 1. I feel like season 2 is probably going to be a lot better, but who knows? Star Wars has been a bag of cats for since Disney bought it.
Fix it. Well, if that's the case, he failed. He failed miserably to do that. So I don't know, folks. The question is there anything left to save at this point? Yes. One film that we know is coming out is The Mandalorian and Grogu. I've been very, very vocal about this, that I'm just sick and tired of Grogu. I'm sick of, Goo Goo, Gaga. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the baby bullshit. I'm tired of the, cutesy shit playing with the ball and, ooh, yummy food, I will steal. It just it can't say a word. And it's not Favreau's fault. It's really not Favreau's fault. He was gonna do some good shit with.
He really was intending to do some good shit with Grogu, man. They should have left him with Luke, but Disney's freaking greedy ass really just wanted to market its kid. It's sad. I mean, like, and the thing is they could have split the show, and it would have been a lot better than what we had. We could have had like a half of the the Mandalorian uprising, retaking Mandalore. That whole thing still could have happened, but we could have just had little tidbits of Luke and Grogu in the middle of it. Like occasionally check up on how he's doing, how he's progressing. Maybe he learns to talk a little bit. Maybe he gets a lightsaber. He gets Yoda's lightsaber, starts wearing the chainmail. Blah 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 blah. You know, and over time, Luke realizes that he can't really un-Mandalorian this little kid, but he can still teach him to be a Jedi. And so you get these marrying of the two cultures through Grogu. And when things seem the darkest, when they all seem like they might get fucked up by Moff Gideon, that's when Grogu and Luke shows back up and absolutely steal the show. That's what they could have done, and it would have been way better than what they did.
Grogu. He was going to have him train under Luke Skywalker. Maybe he would learn to talk and also use the Force in a more efficient Jedi-like way. Mandalorian could go off on his own, doing some adventures, and eventually they link up. That would be an interesting story. And that's the story that Jon Favreau wanted to tell before, well, allegedly, it was the marketing department at Lucasfilm and Kathleen.
It's crazy how a lot of people think like the exact same thing. Like this video just came out. There's no fucking way I pre-watched it. I was too busy recording 2 other videos when this shit came out. So like it's crazy how much like people like with actual like critical thinking and taste think.
Kennedy and God knows who else, all conspiring to basically derail him and get that, moneymaker Grogu back doing goo goo gaga shit, cute shit, because, Grogu was the only merch that was selling at the time. I wonder if that's still the case.
I don't know, man. I'm tired of Grogu like you are, and I certainly wouldn't buy any Grogu merchandise if it were available, and even if I could, since I'm in a containment field.
Exactly, Harvey. I can, and yet I don't. I haven't bought any new Star Wars stuff in a long, long time. It's just, no thanks. I've got all the Star Wars stuff I need, and, from, before the dark times, before the Empire took control of Lucasfilm. So here we go, folks. It looks like actually this is real. It looks like she's gonna step down. It has been a long, awful, disappointing road for Star Wars fans. That much is clear. There's no doubt about that. And I guess we can at least take some kind of satisfaction in the knowledge that the long national nightmare is almost over. Certainly, we have suffered enough and should take a modicum of satisfaction and joy wherever we can find it, but will this make any difference? I don't know. I'm struggling with that question even as I share this news with you. I don't know. I don't know if there's any hope left for Star Wars. I guess the interesting thing will be to see what Dave Filoni can do when he is actually in charge. We don't know what decisions of his on Ahsoka or, the Acolyte were filtered, contained, altered, bent, folded, spindled, and mutilated by Kathleen Kennedy. No idea. But it's an interesting situation. It's an interesting situation. I wish that I could, get up on the, battlements and, sound a horn and, proclaim victory at last, but I think we're past the point of any kind of victory here. I guess the real question will be what comes next, folks. What comes next? That is the question. And only time will answer that question. We're not going to see a lot of things. We're not going to have any indications, let's say, of Lucasfilm without Kathleen Kennedy for quite a long time. So I guess watch this space. Certainly, I am, despite my skepticism, rooting for Lucasfilm to rally. I'm rooting for Star Wars to get back into form. I'm rooting for Dave Filoni to succeed in this role and Brennan as well. I'm hoping that they both succeed. I'm hoping that Lucasfilm rallies, just like I'm hoping that Marvel rallies. No sane fan of pop culture is rooting for these people and these organizations to fail. I want things to be fixed. I don't want petty revenge. I don't want The satisfaction of, seeing it all in flames and rubble. I want them to succeed because their success would ultimately be our success because then we'd have good stuff to watch again. And really, that's all I ask. Is that so much?
That's all it's ever been about, man. In all honesty, that's really all it's ever been about. We never wanted to see these companies fail or fucking flop. We just wanted good things to watch that didn't dehumanize us and wish us the worst, you know? That's all we wanted.
From the center of the earth, this is Dicker Van Doomcock,
And Harvey Cthulhu.
bidding you all, my friends, stay angry and stay hopeful. 2026 is looking interesting.
Mm, You know? All we could do is hope for the best, see what goes on. Like he said, it'll be some time before we have any semblance of any type of clue as to how things are going to change. All we could hope for is for them to start making good shit